Hello, it's Trisha from Trisha's Cards and Crafts, and today this is recorded ready for Sunday. This is going to be a stepped up version of a card using the Shining Christmas Speciality Designer Series papers and some other card, plus the More Wishes and Very Best Occasions stamp sets. Okay, so I've got everything ready, so we can just go ahead with this now. So this is the version that I've already made, and I'm going to make one similar but with the different colours and the different papers that I'm going to use. So I'm also going to use some ribbon, and I'm using the Deckled Circles dies. So the ones that I've got here are, the two sort of middle-ish ones. They're around about 3 1/4 inches. This one is around about 3 1/4 inch, just a little bit less, and this one is about just over 3 1/4, so it's under 3 1/2 as well. So those are the two that I'm using for this card. So let's go ahead. I'm also using the Rhinestone Basic Jewels, but I've already coloured them in using an alcohol ink marker, so that I've used the Cherry Cobbler, so it'll match the colour of the card as well. Okay, I've also popped this up onto dimensionals with dimensionals and I've used some ribbon. So let's get ahead and make this card. Right, I am using an A6 card and a matching envelope, just a plain white card base. So let me just make sure that this is folded nicely. And then what I'm going to do with this card, I'm going to cut 1 inch off this side. So use my trimmer. I'm going to cut 1 inch off this part. Okay. Right, now the other pieces I'm using are nope, I've lost them. Hang on a second. I had to move everything, that's what it is. Right, so I've got a piece of Cherry Cobbler card, which I've cut to 1/8 of an inch all the way around, so that it's 1/8 of an inch smaller than this piece here. So this is approximately 4.4 1/8 of an inch. So this is going to be 3 7/8 of an inch wide, and it's going to be 5 7/8 the card length is, so this is about 5 5/8. Yes, that's right. Long. Then I've got a piece of the DSP here, another piece of the card, which is exactly the same length as the card base, and so it's about 5 7/8, and it's 1 inch wide, so it fits exactly in that space. And then I'm going to put a strip of this DSP, and this one is cut exactly the same length, so it's 5 7/8, but it's only 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, then the piece of DSP that's going to go on top of this one is another 1/8 of an inch smaller than that again, so that will then be stuck on there like that. Okay, there we go. So we'll get all of those stuck on, and we're also going to cut out, going to use 2 pieces. This one's 4-inch squares, and that's more or less a 3 3/4 inch square, so that we can cut the circles out. But I'll just stick these down first. So we'll use some Stampin' Seal, if I can make it work. Here we go, 1. And then I'll just butt that to the side there and make sure, there we go, it goes all the way down. And then the same, I'm going to, now the other one with the original card I made, I put the opposite side down, but I'm not sure that this one will show up as well. I think I'm going to use both sides the same this time. So I'm going to tape this one down too. There we go. And again, this one's going to have a small gap around. No, it's not. It's going right from the top. There we go. That's better. Right. So that's that part done. Now for this one, I'm going to stick this one onto the red first, the cherry cobbler. Have you made any of your Christmas cards yet? I have made a few others as well as these, but I thought it's about time I can make some Christmas cards ready, because I'm going to need plenty of them. So this one, there we go. I think I could have cut the bottom edge a little bit more than that. There we go. Now before I stick this one on, I'm going to use some of this ribbon. This is, I think it's on the online exclusives. I'll check that for you and I'll let you know in the comments where you can get it. So I'm going to cut that to go around, and then I'm going to tie a little tie on it as well. So I'm going to cut another extra piece. So first of all, before I stick it down, I'm going to put this around the card like that. So I'm going to stick this down like that, and then there we go. I'm going to use some liquid glue, just because it's just as easy as if I can get any out. Here we go. I'm coming to the end of this bottle. So I'm also going to stick it onto the ribbon so that I make sure that it's going to stick down and doesn't move once it's on the card. So that's that one. And then I'm going to put this on here like that. So we've got the front of our card done, and I'm also going to tie this around here. So we're going to tie it in a knot, and then I'm good now. This is the tricky part, because I want both sides to be facing up. I don't want to see the underside of the ribbon, so I'm going to just trim these a bit shorter now, and that one. There, hold it flat. There we go. Hang on. There we go. That'll do. There we are. So that's the tied there. And now we can get on with the rest of the card now. There we go. So we've got it's an offset gatefold card, this one. So there's that. Right, now I need to cut the die cut pieces. So what I like to do is I just like to stick them down with some, I've got some post-it tape, so you could use post-it notes, some people do. I've found this post-it tape on a roll. Here we go, labelling and cover-up tape, and it's great for just holding things in place. So I'm going to put this through my die cutting machine, and just for speed I'm using my electric one. And it won't take too long. There we go. So this is now cut out. Just take the tape off. It'll be released. So there's the white piece and the cherry cobbler. There we go. And there's my two dies. So that's going to go around there with a nice little border. So first of all, we want to stamp it. I think I'm going to carry on doing it with the green. I just need to find my, there we go, stamp cleaner, because I need to make sure that this one is clean. There we go. Sorry about the noise. Right, so I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow still for the ink for this one as well, because I'm using cherry cobbler everywhere else, but I think it'll look nice as the ink colour. So this is going to go on here like that. Again, we're using Christmas wishes, and then at the top I'm going to put this little sprig of holly, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker, which is also Mossy Meadow, just to colour in the sprig of holly. There we go. Oops. And I'm going to put it on at the top there, sorry. I think, yeah, about there. There we go. So that's there. And I'm also going to do, while I'm at it, the envelope just on the front. I'm going to have to use my Stampin' Write marker again, just to colour the holly sprig in again. Just try and do it quite carefully, because I don't want any of the words to be inked up as well. There we go. And then just to be on the safe side, I'm going to huff on it to make sure it is nice and wet. There we go, hold that down, and there's my envelope. The only thing I want to do now is I'm just going to colour the little berries in on both of these. So just these. I'm not going to bother with the leaves. Could do if I wanted to, but I'm not going to for now. And then do this as well. So this one. There we go. There we go. Right, that's done. Now I'm going to stick this onto here. I've got a nice edge of red card around it, and then I'm going to add this with dimensionals onto my card. Now this is going to overlap this edge Okay, so I don't want to put dimensionals on this side, so I only want to put it on this side. If I can find my, oh, there they are, dimensionals. So, yeah, that's right. 1 there, 2, 3. There we go. Those are done. Just take the backs off. And we're going to put this down there like that. I think the red went better when on the back, on the green card there, but it's not too bad. But it, because it's real red rather than as the darker cherry cobbler, but it's fine. And now we just need to, we're going to add a few, whoops, a few rhinestones that I've coloured in with the red. There we go. Got 3 there, and then I'm going to stamp on the inside again with this one. Just ink this up. This time I'm doing it all. There we go. And put this in the centre here. There we go. There we are. And again, I'm going to just colour in, whoops, the berries. Just using the small, well, not the brush end. Oh dear. And as I said before, these aren't the new versions of the pens. These are the older versions that I've got. And the newer versions have got a different nib on the other side, the narrower one. It's still, it would still be okay to do the berries with. Okay, so if you haven't got them, you can get them and they'll still be okay for this. Okay, so that is the card. It's quite simple and easy, really, but you need a few more bits and pieces to make this card up with. So there's the one and there's the other one. Which do you prefer, the green or the red version? I don't know which one I like best. The Christmas trees or the holly leaves. There we go. Right, there we go. If you've got any questions or you want any more, if you need any of the products, you can find them on my online shop, and you'll find, I'll put the link in to my website in the comments below. And if you need anything else, just let me know. And thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.